Chris, the second halves of the lines have been well spoken about. Do you think your players were waiting for things to happen? Do you think they were just sitting back and thinking things would turn, given what we've seen in recent weeks?
No, I don't think so. I just thought Collingwood were way more desperate to win tonight than what we were, to be honest.
What did you put that down to? Where was the biggest deficiency from your end, do you feel?
I thought clearances on the night. They scored heavily from clearances, got territory from clearances, and that made a huge difference to the game. I just thought they were more on than us. They were just more energetic. They attacked the ball with more vigour. They hunted in packs better than what we did. There was a lot of things that we didn't do well tonight.
Do you feel the nature of come back sort of caught up with you a little bit? I think it ran out of legs a bit.
Maybe. But I look at this group. They've won 19 of their last 21 games. You're going to have a bad day at some point in time. We haven't had one for a long time. We had a shocker tonight. And Collingwood played really well. All credit to them. Like, I'm not sitting here saying that we lost the game because we played poorly. It was a combination that they played very, very well. And we were off our game. We had a lot of our really good players played below their normal levels. And it was just a lacklustre performance, but uncommon for us, you'd have to say. We've just come off a 10-game winning streak, I think. So we'll have a look at it on the tape and see. You know, maybe when you play interstate 2 weeks in a row, and then you have a 5-day turnaround, maybe you can be a little bit off. But I'm not going to make that as an excuse.
How much then do you put it down to an off night versus things you need to work on?
I don't know, because you always need to watch the tape back to see it really forensically. So it'll be a combination of both those things. But all teams have a bad day every now and then, and we haven't had one for a long time, and we had one today. Disappointingly, we had it tonight, Easter Thursday, in front of a packed Gabba stadium. But we just got to cop it on the chin and learn from it. And you know, it probably won't hurt us. You know, if you said to me at the start of the season that we'd be 5 wins and 1 loss after 6 games, I would take that. So it's in it. The ball's in our court now to respond next week.
There was a key moment in the third quarter when Dane Zorko coughed up a 50-metre penalty. You had some words with him on the bench. How frustrating was that from one of the leaders of your group?
No, I just sort of talked to him about it. He was a bit hot under the collar at the time. I just said, mate, you better calm down. You know, just calm down. So it wasn't anything more than that. I don't know whether it looked like it was any more than that, but it certainly wasn't.
There was some words exchanged, but we just...
Yeah, well, that's all I basically said to him. Just calm down, mate. You know.
Was that a critical time in the game, do you feel, though, when that went down?
Yeah, it probably was. But, you know, I'm not going to say that's why we lost.
Chris, anything in Collingwood having beaten you guys 4 times in a row?
No, we beat them 6 times in a row, and then they've beaten us 4 times in a row. They've just been better than us in the last 4 times that we've played each other, albeit the previous games were close, hard-fought contests. Tonight wasn't. They were much better than us.
The Archie sub, anything there?
No, look, he's a bit banged up. He's probably noticed all the strapping he had on, so we just took the opportunity to sort of give him a bit of a spell in the last quarter, and hopefully he's fresh for next game, but he's not got any injuries.
Charlie looked a bit down on himself tonight. Do you feel like, is there any way you can try and get him into some games and get him going to the form we saw in the back end of last year?
No, look, his way back into games is to put pressure on. He's a little bit out of form at the moment. That happens from time to time. That's not abnormal for forwards. So we'll just work with him, be positive with him this week, and I'm pretty sure he'll turn it around.
Chris, just talking about the fact that they were a bit more on than you guys were, do you feel like there was any complacency creeping into the group, even though it is a big game?
Don't know. I'd have to talk to them. I didn't feel that during the week. They were really looking forward to tonight and performing well. So what happened tonight and what they looked like during the week were 2 entirely different things. So I'll have a chat to them about that. But
the couple of times you've had before tonight, you've had a poor quarter, say against the Dogs last week, the Cats. You know, you mentioned the midfield and the contest has been the problem there. Is that a concern that's crept in a few times I guess within a month?
Yeah, no, it is a concern. It's something we need to work at. It's been a strength of ours, but it certainly wasn't tonight. So and it hasn't been at different stages in the season this year. So yeah, we need to be more consistent. We've got some pretty good players in there, so just got to respond to what happened tonight. It's good lesson, you know. You never lose. You either win or you learn. And tonight we've learned some lessons.
So I'm sure you don't like losing, but it feels like as a coach, it's not a bad loss loss in that regard? You get to take some stuff back to them now
Yeah.
off a loss?
Yeah, I mean, we have been anyway to a degree this year because we haven't been overly happy with our performances, even though we were undefeated coming into tonight's game. But we'll just treat it in the same way, see what we can learn from it, get our energy back. We've got you know, what is it, 9-day turnaround now, so that won't hurt us. I wouldn't have thought. We played in some pretty hot weather, and a little bit of a freshen up would be a good thing.
You made the call to go with the hard tag with Nick in the second half. Were you weighing that up in the first half? Like, at what point did you sort of think you needed to make that call?
Thinking about it, talking about it constantly, the same coming into the game. We just decided to have more of a team focus on him, which didn't work in the first half. Then we put Jared Berry to him in the third quarter. That didn't work either. So nothing we really tried to do worked on Nick. He was fantastic tonight.
It was one of Will's quieter games statistically by the looks. I mean, is that just systematic of being a young fella who's achieved so much and now just getting targeted in different ways?
Yeah, he did have a quiet game tonight. He hasn't had many of those. Yeah, I don't think it's symptomatic of anything. It's just he had a quiet game, which can happen from time to time. So, being the person and player that he is, he'll bounce back next game.
Thanks, Chris.
No worries.